everybody, this is Green Spirit. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to get on here because it has been a couple of weeks since I have been on YouTube, and I kind of wanted to let you guys kind of know what's going on, give you a little bit of an update, and also I thought it would be fun to also review a couple of books that I have really enjoyed. Eventually, I plan to go through all of my books, but I think I will just do them a little bit at a time. So, first of all, I hope you guys had a wonderful summer solstice. I had planned to do a video then, but life got really hectic and I just couldn't do it. So, first of all, as you might all know from previous videos, I am back in school. I'm going full-time, as well as taking care of my son who is out of school for the summer. So it's been a little bit hectic, it's been a little bit demanding, and which has unfortunately cut into my ability to make videos, although I'm hoping that I can kind of get on here a little bit more frequently. So I do apologize for being away. I do want to continue making craft videos because that is extraordinarily relaxing and fun for me to do, as much as I hate editing videos. So like I said, I've been in school. Right now my son is not here because he is on vacation with his cousins. It was heart-wrenching to try and let him go. He's only 5, almost 6. And I know I've heard it from some parents that say, you know, I would have never let him go because he went completely to another state. He went to California, and I don't live anywhere near California. And it was very, very difficult, but my sister had invited me to come along to California. My son has dreamt of going to the beach forever. He's been telling me for 3 years he wants to go to the beach. And I originally was going to go, but because of school, I was not able to. And so I felt really bad that I was kind of taking that away from him. Also, they're going to like Legoland, so I felt really bad kind of taking that experience from him. So I know my sister, you know, she's a great mom. She has her 2 boys, and she'll just, you know, she treats them just like one of her own. So it's going to be okay. And I've been speaking to him on the phone every day, and he is having the time of his life. He is so happy. He was a bit concerned when he left originally, but as soon as he left, he's been so happy, and I've been keeping abreast of how he's behaving. So that's one thing. So it kind of allows me a little bit more time to study and get on here and make a video as well. So a couple of things that have happened since I was last here. First of all, I got a tattoo, so if you guys can see. So as you know, my patron goddess is the Guadalupe, and so I had been planning this tattoo for a while. I don't know how well you can see it just because I'm on my laptop, but I went ahead and got a tattoo of her. She is not finished. She will have roses all the way around her eventually. Obviously, that's an added expense, so I will have to do that slowly, but I have really enjoyed how she's come out, and I'm very excited to have her right there next to me, close to me. You know, it's awesome. Another thing that I am very excited that has happened since the last time I was on here is that a few weeks ago, I guess it's been a couple of months ago, I went ahead and sent out for my 23andMe DNA testing. Now, I am Mexican, and when you think of the term Mexican, there's not like a Mexican like Mexican DNA, I guess you would say. It's like it's not the same as if you are from India and that's your DNA. You have Indian DNA. Because Mexico is made primarily of indigenous people, as long as and combinations of European people, what you would call mestizos, there's not, say, a Mexican DNA. So when I sent out for it, I kind of expected to have Native American because of Aztec and Mayan and other indigenous tribes. And then I expected to have European. Now, my grandparents on my dad's side are from Spain, which is a question when people realize I'm Mexican, they just assume that how is that possible because I'm so fair. But again, there's the whole combination that happens, but also my grandparents from my dad's side are from Spain. So I've always been told, you're Spanish and then you're, indigenous. So that's what I kind of assumed. Turns out I'm only about 20% Spanish, which was quite a bit of a shock. And although these are tiny, tiny percentages, when you go on to 23andMe and get your results back, they give you percentages of what you are for other countries, and then they give you like a map, and then it colors which parts your DNA comes from. It can mean that I just had one grandparent from a certain area because these percentages are really small. But what was really cool was that my world map was pretty much entirely colorful. So it doesn't mean that I have a lot of these countries. I might have just one grandparent that originated from a particular country, but I pretty much had my map kind of full. So I have at least one grandparent from each country except from maybe like Iceland. I don't have anything from there, but otherwise I pretty much have at least one grandparent from every country on Earth, which is kind of crazy. So my percentages are really low. But I came out primarily, so as that's the European side. I came out 20% Spanish, and then it broke it down for each European country so that it turned out to be that I'm 51% European. And then the rest, I am Native American, and uh, they also say like Southeast Asia, but that is because if you go back to history and you know that there was a land bridge where Southeast Asians traveled the divide and then came over to the Americas, and that's how we have people here. That's what it is. It's that I have I have Native American, and then I have also the combination of the people that originally migrated here. So I am Native American and European, which is what I expected, but with other countries thrown in. So I'm very excited to have that kind of confirmed. It was thrilling to find out. It also breaks down the percentage of Neanderthal. If you have done any kind of study in evolutionary biology, you will know that there have been different species of humans um, through time, and at one time there was more than one species of human um, there uh, living. And what would happen is that one species of human would then mate with another species of human, and then you would get a combination of those. So one of the things that 23andMe tests is your amount of Neanderthal, so this specific ancient human. And apparently I am quite up there, which is, it's kind of fun to think about that I think the record for 23andMe is like 397 variants, and I'm at like 230 some. Hold on, you know what? Let me pull that up really quick because I thought I would have talked to people about this because it's so completely exciting. I've got you here. Oh, okay, so I have 298 variants of the Neanderthal genes, and that is more than 79% of the 23andMe customers. So my percentage is actually quite high. It's quite interesting to know that because I don't know. I don't feel ashamed. In fact, I feel quite proud that I'm a part of a race of ancient, a large percentage of ancient human, and apparently I get my stature uh, from this. It's because of this. I think it's kind of fascinating, and I'm very excited. So I encourage you that if you have the ability to take this test, to go ahead and do it if you can. I got mine on a sale because 23andMe around the holidays, like birthday, like Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, Father's Day, all that jazz, they give a $20 discount. So I had sent mine out in May, which is my birthday month, and also obviously Mother's Day. So I had gotten a 20% or $20 discount, and that's how I send off. The normal amount for 23andMe, the basic one is $100. If you want to add like medical stuff, it's like $200. So very exciting. Anyway, so those are two awesome things that I have had since the last time I spoke with you. I'm already at 11 minutes. I love to chat, so let's get on with it. um, Also, so today I wanted to go through a couple of books that I've taken out of my collection. I had mentioned that I have a regular bookshelf, and then I have a secret bookshelf where I keep all my magical books put away. Just because, when certain people come over, I don't necessarily need their opinions or their negativity or whatever. So I like to keep that private. So I have these in a different place. Um, but I thought I'd take out a couple that are uncommon to see on, well, at least two of them are uncommon to see on YouTube. I don't know if there's other reviews. One I don't think I've ever seen. So maybe, I don't know. We'll go through them. So the first book that I wanted to show you is, I got this book, first of all, when I was about 16 or 17, so I've had it for a little while. The dust jacket is completely torn, okay? I have moved a lot, and in some of that process, it does, happen that some books get damaged, but it's just the cover that's the kind of protector. Essentially, this is called the Book of Goddesses. It is written by Ronnie J, and it is called Invoke the Powers of the Goddess and Improve Your Life. And it has a lovely metallic image. Ooh, I don't know what that sound is. Of the Venus de Milo. Is that right? It's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to go ahead and take the cover off so that I can kind of handle it a little bit better. See, without the cover, it's just a plain book. Okay? That's why I've kept the cover, because I think it's beautiful. So on the inside of this book, it's first of all extraordinarily beautiful. This book goes through several different goddesses, and they also tell you about a particular goddess, and then it goes ahead and has rituals for that particular goddess, and it's amazing. It also has secret rituals that you can choose to open or not open. Of course, even though some of them I have not performed, I had to see what was in there. Okay. But it goes through several goddesses. Here's a list. I'll read them really fast for you. It's got Astarte, Athena, Bastet, Chaquihuicle, Diana, Epona, Esli, Frigga, Gaia, Hathor, Hel, Hera, Ishtar, Isis, Kuan Yin, Lakshmi, Mat, Nut, Papa, Parvati, Prosperina, Sedna, Terra, Venus, and Xochiquetzal. Okay? There's my indigenous pronunciations, which is kind of cool, right? Alright, so it goes through an introduction and kind of explains about the sealed rituals and focusing and creating the mood. And then it goes into the goddesses. And again, look how intricate these are. So we start with Astarte, okay? And then Athena, Bastet, Chachuwicle, This is an Aztec goddess, so this is one that I probably should relate to a little bit better. Diana. And then it goes through obviously all the, oops, see, I must have done a ritual here at some point. Don't quite remember. The Aztec goddess of flowers, Xochiquetzal, and I had a flower in there. So there you go. I forgot. It's been a little while since I opened this book. Ooh. Part of an incense was in there. Okay, so then we get to the ritual portions. Here is a ritual for love and marriage, a ritual for Chachiwicle, and then it explains how to do the ritual. And here's a ritual for Diana for chastity, a ritual for Esley for sexual love. And then it goes on, there's ones on here for marriage, there's one for children, inspiration, there's a bunch. Ooh, I just keep dropping stuff. It's been a while since I've opened up this book. Faithfulness, divorce, loyalty, support and partnership, that's Parvati, separation and love, which is Venus. Here are rituals for the children. So from Chachiwicle, protecting newborn babies, which is kind of cool. Childbirth, guarding, this is for childbirth, this is for Diana. Ritual from Hawthorne, guardian children's future. Isis pregnancy, Isis motherhood, infertility, Papa conflict with children. That might be helpful to some of you. We have some rituals for emotional needs. We have Athena for wisdom, Bastet for gentleness, Gaia for empathy with nature, ritual of health for bereavement, so grief. Okay. Ritual of Hera, strength in times of conflict. Ritual of Kuan Yin, compassion, of course. And Kuan Yin is also purity. Lakshmi is happiness, Ma is truth. And Ma is also justice, and Parvati is persistence. Ritual of Sedna, which is forgiveness. That's a one that's, it's difficult for some people. So then we have like rituals of well-being. So safety through the night, protection from nightmares, healing, prosperity. So I'm going to go ahead. Okay, so we got rituals for activities like artistic success. I'm going to go ahead and go into like caring for animals and old travel, beginning a project. Okay, so this, I know, I'm dropping things, I'm telling you guys, it's another incense. Okay, so I know you guys can't see this, but when you get this book, if it's new, some of the pages are sealed together, and you can choose to ignore them, or you can choose to look at them, okay? And so if you have a sealed one, it's going to have this line right here that's perforated, and then you can decide whether you're going to open it or not. So I obviously opened this at one time. So this was once sealed, these 2 pages. Now they've been unsealed. And inside, this is a sealed ritual for winning a lover. Okay? And then let me find another one. Okay, so then this one was, again, a sealed one. And then inside was Lover's Revenge. Okay, so you're kind of seeing the tone, because most of them are very positive. Some of them are a little not as positive. Okay, and there's one last sealed one. So like there's one by Ritual by Sedna of Searching. I think that would be lovely to do if you're a beginner. That's a very positive one. And then again we have a sealed one. And then it opens to Seeing the Future. Okay. So overall, this book is incredibly amazing, especially if you know you feel a little stuck, you don't know what to do, you'd like to connect with a particular goddess, or maybe you're just exploring specific goddesses that you've never considered. Lovely book, highly recommend it. Very, 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 very awesome book. Obviously, it's a smaller book, but it has a lot of information for being so small. I highly recommend this book. I have never seen it since I bought this, which was I was about 16 or 17. I'm 31 now. I've never seen it in bookstores, but you might be able to find it online. Again, it's called The Book of Goddesses, Invoke the Powers of a Goddess to Improve Your Life by Ronnie J. So there's one. And I'll end up putting all the little bits and bobs that came out of it. Do you ever do that? You guys ever put stuff inside your books if you do like a ritual or I don't know, I think this one's particular because it has images of the goddess. I felt like at that time I wanted to honor that, so I pressed flowers in between the pages or put, you know, articles of my ritual, which were the incense or the incense stubs. Anyways, I'm sorry I'm sounding a little stuffy. Okay, this is the second book. This book is beloved, and because it's beloved, it's gone through some things. So some of the pages are a little bit stained. I also got this as a vintage book out of a used bookstore, so you know it had some damage before. But I love this book. I periodically reread it. It's a large book, but it's got so much information in it. You know, for some of you it might sound like, oh, the Victorians, you know, but even if you're not into like the Victorian times, it has so much useful information from recipes to normal household things that it's just worth a read. So give it a chance. I know it looks very frou-frou on the front of it, but give it a chance because it's an amazing, amazing book. The book I'm talking about is A Victorian Grimoire, Enchantment, Romance, and Magic by Patricia Telasco. It is, I mean, look at this. I've got sticky notes all throughout it. The imagery in here, because it's from the Victorian times, it has some absolutely beautiful imagery. Let me see if I can find a really cool image for you guys. Oh, come on. Okay, so, you see that? It's got beautiful images. It's on this, oh, it smells so good. It smells like old books and incense. It smells delicious. Anyways, this book is on like this kind of old looking paper. I believe that's just how it is. It's just on kind of like a sepia paper, but I think that the fact that it's got some age to it has only enhanced that. Here's another cool image. But this book goes through everything. Everything. This goes through the Wheel of the Year, but in a very specific way where it has recipes, suggestions, ideas. It goes through, I'll go through the index here with you. And all is appropriate to the Victorian time. The Victorians were very flowery. They were very romantic in their style and their love and beauty of nature. And they also, it was from the Victorian times that we get a lot of our current practices, such as like seances and things like that. That happened during the Victorian times. So this book is, if it interests you at all, it's really worth it. So it goes through Victorian symbols of modern magic. So it talks about crafts and different things. It goes through, like, for example, fan magic, firewood, friendship cloths, gift baskets, gloves, handcraft, hats, knots, pigments, swords, canes, teas, tramps in the wood, which were like connecting with nature. So like the terms might not seem very interesting to you, but it's quite fascinating. Like weather vanes and lightning rods. You've got celebrating the season, moon magic, lunar astrology, other annual observances, all about the garden, crystal gardens, butterfly gardens, fairy gardens, kitchen gardens, winter gardens, the fernery, gardening hints, all about plant correspondences is how to use them. It's got weather magic, calming a storm, to disperse the wind, to bring rain, favorable weather, and outdoor magics. It's got a complete herbal terminology, who's who in the kitchen, dying with herbs, simples, how to create that kind of stuff. And it's got all about kitchen witchery and recipes of all kinds, candles, salves, essential oils, incense, soap. So if you are a crafter, this is the book for you. Metaphor for magic in your pantry, which is kind of cool. The Grand Tour Magic through the house. So then it goes individually through each of parts of your house and gives you corresponding crafts or ideas or tidbits and things like that for every room in your house, including the dishes, laundry, ironing, sewing, spiritual house cleaning, protection, household helpful hints, and spells engaging common household items. Very cool stuff. Then you get into the parlor, which is the area where the Victorians did a lot of their magics. So you've got astrology, charms, divining rods, divination, flowers, graphology, hazelnuts, even moles, like crazy stuff, right? Omen signs, palmistry, Ouija boards, phrenology. That's the study, like the Victorians had this idea that bumps on your head symbolize certain things about your personality. Scrying, table tipping, okay, tea leaf reading, so it's got a whole section on that. Chapter 9 is the solo personal care of body and spirit. So attending to mind and spirit, education, meditation, rest, repose, and raillery, ritual of self-blessing, ritual of self-dedication, even personal care products and magic in that sense. Then it's got a whole section on spells. Then it talks about the serenade, which is romance, love, and sex. So it has a whole thing about love, magic, courtship, unions, the great rite, many rituals, anniversary, forgiveness, healing, the ritual of the dead. Again, these are all relationship based. Ritual of conception. Very cool stuff. Chapter 11, the lullaby, spiritual activities for children. So it does have a section on children if you are a parent, specifically a pagan parent. Nice ideas. I know it can be very difficult to sometimes figure out how you're going to incorporate spirituality. For some of you, you might be specifically trying to raise children pagan. Others, you might just want to present things to them and then have them make a choice. I probably will do another video on pagan parenting because I myself am a parent and I have a couple of books on pagan parenting. But I think that's a different video because I'm already at 28 minutes and 35 seconds, even though I'm trying to speak fast. But anyways, it says birth, bonding with a newborn, baby blessing ritual, and activities with children. Then you have a whole section on animals, specifically pets. So fur, feather, fin, animals, and natural pet care. So anywhere from animals at the home, first aid, flea control. So it's got all these recipes and suggestions, helpful hints, miscellaneous information, poisonous plants, magic for pets, such as healing, protection, and pet loss. And then animals outside of your pets, animal symbolism, elemental correspondences, finding familiars, the call for familiar totems, and the divine zoo, which is gods, goddesses, and their animal correspondences. Then we have a section called potpourri. If you know, potpourri is just kind of a bunch of different things meshed together. Well, then that's the chapter. A little of this and a little of that. Names, so about magical names, superstitions, the magic of technology, reminiscing interviews with familiar witches, which is kind of cool, and final notes. It also has an appendix from then to now. So it looks like, let me see when this book was published. Oh, come on. There we go. So this I have apparently the fourth printing, but it was originally published in 92, so it's been a few years. But it talks about from 1800 to 1970, and then 1970 to present, so present would be 1992 at this point. It does have a glossary of terms and magical goods and services. How up to date those are, I have no idea. I always when people put those kind of things in, I always wonder if they realize that some books, like, might be 10 years before you come across it, and whether that would be relevant. But again, awesome book, A Victorian Grimoire, Enchantment, Romance, and Magic by Patricia Telasco. Worth a read. I'm at 30 minutes, guys, so I'm just going to quickly go through this. Now, I started my path with this book. I am a fan of Scott Cunningham. Like most pagans that I know, his very down-to-earth, lovely, nature-based style has always called to me, and I really think that had I not found him first, who knows what path I would have followed, because if I had followed it at all, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, but he just touched what I would call my shamanistic soul, because everything was very down to earth, very grounded, very of nature. And so I love Scott Cunningham. I have several of his books, and I know you guys have probably seen this, but if you haven't, here it is. I would encourage you to look it up. This is Earth, Air, Fire, and Water, More Techniques of Natural Magic by Scott Cunningham. There is a prequel to this book. It's called Earth Magic. He wrote it in the 70s. This one, I believe, was written in the 80s. I bought this one first. This is the first book I have ever bought. It has extraordinary sentimental value. I would never get rid of this book. I periodically go through all my books and kind of weed them out. I tend to donate them a lot. Every few months, I will go through some books and decide whether they're still me. So when you go to thrift stores and you find a bunch of pagan books, I'm one of those people that went through their books and was like, here you go. And, who knows? Maybe you have some of my books right now, because I go through a lot. But this book is absolutely lovely. Anything by Scott Cunningham is beautiful, and it's just so grounded, and I love his style. It has so many dog ears in it. It smells, again, like incense. This one smells like sage. But it goes through each of the elements, and it goes through specific, how do I put this? So, like stone magic, ice magic, water magic, sun magic, star magic. It explains what magic is. It like so chant. So like this is earth power. So we'll talk about all about different rituals or spells you can perform that are earth based, like the sand trap, the clay spell. Then you have like water spell for protection. So it's basically spells and rituals through each of the elements. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the artwork in it. It's by Robin Wood. And in fact, I have an image in one of these books. I believe it's in Earth Magic, that I had actually contacted the illustrator several years ago and planned to get a tattoo of that image. I had contacted her and asked for permission to be able to have this tattoo done. And she, now I don't even know. I contacted them through their website. You know what? Now I'm curious, as I think he's a guy. I don't know why I'm thinking it's a girl. Maybe because Robin I see as a feminine name. But I think it's actually a male. Anywho, regardless, the illustrator, I'm pretty sure it's a male, but I had contacted through their website several years ago, and they had granted me permission to go ahead and get that tattoo done. So hopefully one of these days I can get it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of catch up with me and DNA thing and going through some of my favorite books that I encourage you to check out. I hope maybe if I'm lucky I may be able to do a craft sometime this week. I haven't really decided what that will be. Now that my son is out of town, maybe I can get a craft video put up. But thank you for watching. Also, to all you new subscribers, thank you so much. I obviously am new to YouTube, and I have checked, and apparently I'm almost to 100 subscribers, which is crazy because I've only been on here a couple of months. I am so thrilled. Thank you to all those who have subscribed, whether past or from the very beginning to now. I'm so grateful. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. I do plan to do a giveaway. I had planned to do it at 100 subscribers, but because now I'm only like 5 people away from having 100, maybe I will make it so that once we get to like 150 subscribers, I'll go ahead and do a giveaway. If you have watched any of my previous videos, I had talked about how I had not really gotten into tarot, even though I've tried. I have this amazing tarot deck, and I intend to gift that to somebody. So, if you would like to join, once we get to 150 subscribers, I will go ahead and ask you to make a comment or something. I'll do something, and then I'll go ahead and pick a random winner of essentially a brand new tarot deck. Maybe I'll do a different video on that. But again, thank you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful, glorious day. I am going to go outside for even a little bit because I have been homebound and enjoy a little bit of the sunshine. But thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and blessed be. Goodbye.